Guys, there's a trend going on YouTube, and this trend is YouTube is actually pushing out small content creators, and it's people are getting paid. And let's just be honest. First of all, first and foremost, the first thing I want to say is that it's absolutely true. YouTube is pushing out small content creators, and people are making more money than they've ever made on the platform. And so, in light of that, I just want to have a conversation with you guys because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Life is hard. Life is hard, and I know I don't really talk much about me on here as much as I used to, but honestly, 2024 was a hard year. And we starting off at the top in the beginning, and it's good, and there's bad that comes with any time period in life. But if I was to say that the year so far has been off to a good start, I would be conflicted. And the reason why I'm conflicted is because of how I ended the last year. And I ended the last year in a state of frustration and discontent with my status or my place in life, which, to be fair, is better than a lot of people. But there are so many people that it's not better than. And it's not so much of me wanting to be better than other people, it's me feeling a lack of contentment with my current circumstances, right? So let's just be honest. I was really frustrated, and I wanted to quit my job. You know what I mean? I wanted to quit my job. A little backstory. Um I didn't finish school. I didn't finish college. I kind of dropped out community college. Just wasn't for me. Just it still isn't. You know what I mean? I go back and forth with the idea of going back, but it has to make sense. It has to make sense for me, and that's the thing. So because I've done that, my path is going to be a little bit different than the traditional person because first of all, if you're trying to work for businesses and you're trying to work for people, then there you have to contend with the fact that these people are going to need a college or if they choose to require a college degree, they are completely 100% within their right to do so, right? And I was basically busting my ass all year. Sorry if cursing is just if it offends you, I'm not gonna do too much of it. But I'm just saying, I've been busting my butt all year, and for the last 2 years, really. But last year, I've been on like just go mode this whole year, and I've racked in, and because of different avenues, which I was able to like kind of maneuver and finesse my way into different vacancies, I've been able to accumulate more money than I've ever made before in my life. But because of life, I've had to quickly realize that accumulating more money in your life, if it's not enough money for you to be able to sustain yourself, well, number one, then you just working to live. Okay, right? Most people got to do it, right? Fair and dandy, right? But then I realized something else. I don't get any satisfaction from what I do. I don't get any joy from what I do. Like when I dread going to work. I dread having to do workly duties, and I dread having to think and focus about my work because it doesn't bring me any satisfaction or fulfillment. Now, most people would say, forget your fulfillment. Other people would say, well, just leave and find something else. I think just leaving a job when you don't have any backup plan, I think that's incredibly stupid. I don't think that that's something that you should do. And so I've been feeling like for a while, man, I need something different. Need something different. And this has nothing to do with YouTube. This is just purely just what I want to do on my day-to-day basis while the YouTube is building up. And honestly, if I'm being frank with you, I want to sell suits. You know what I mean? Like I want to like be the suit guy. You know what I mean? And that's what I want and I desire. And like I want to be like, I hate to say it, but I want to be like a Tom Ford type of guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know that there's probably idiots that'll probably be like, well, Tom Ford is a homosexual. I'm not talking about that, dingbat. No, I'm being for real, guys. Like I'm talking about I want to help men find and experience the type of confidence that I've experienced when I started listening to people who knew what they were talking about suits and stuff like that and about presenting yourself better and learning how to present yourself better. Then it got to the point where I realized that I low-key want a job where I do have to dress up every day, where it is mandatory and expected. And I'm not going to look like the oddball out of the weirdo because I'm wearing a suit. You know what I mean? And third, I work for, and just to be clear, this is just to be clear about something. This is not me just complaining like, oh man, I gotta work for the white man. Oh, I'm tired of working for the white man, because that's not the case. I work for a black-owned company, and I'm connected to the people, and that in a way, that's how I was able to basically secure the job coming out of high school. And it's just haven't, I just haven't left and branched out. I've just moved up and progressed and tried to navigate my way within this company, right? So like over this last year or so, you get to realizing that eventually there's a certain cap that you can get to when you have a certain when you don't have a certain group or a certain, let's just be frank about it. When you don't have a diploma or when you don't have certain quote unquote qualifications, you don't get paid as much. Let's just be real. So you could be just as good at something as somebody else, and they will get the title and they will get the money. Not always, but in general, because of a college degree and a piece of paper. Fair enough, right? So I've tired with the idea of going back to school, and I dread it. I dread the idea of going back to school. So when you look at it, I have visions of a lifestyle that I need to live, and because even though I'm doing so much better than I've done before in my life, I never stop and sit in the moment. Like I don't just get to relax and just enjoy it and say, "Oh man, yeah, I accomplished this." I've done, like, man, I have doing been you know what I mean? I sit there, I work a 9 to 5 regular job. Then on top of that, then I'm a church musician. So you any of you that know, So church musician, 2 jobs right there. I had a period where I was doing the DoorDash thing. I had a period, you know what I mean, where, the YouTube money, it doesn't come in sporadically or like that. This is, like I said, this is the most I've ever made on YouTube, ever. And that's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. And so what I'm saying is that doing all these different things and spreading myself to, like, just to the point where I'm just burnt out and exhausted, I don't have a problem doing it. But it got to make sense, and it got to be for something that I feel like I'm actually doing something about. I I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I'm just at a point where it's like I'm tired of making other people rich and getting the pennies, if that makes sense. Like when you look at music artists, right? And you see a lot of music artists and they complain. They complain. And they're upset because they got into a bad deal. They signed a bad contract. They had bad management. They were getting finessed. Sometimes it's because they signed bad contracts. Sometimes it's because somebody was genuinely stealing from them. But when the business is good, in general, we know how it works. There's a certain group of people who run the music industry and the entertainment industry. And they are getting rich. Not even rich. They are getting freaking wealthy. Wealthy. They are established and they're set for life, for generations and generations. But the people that are there working for them, i.e., the entertainers, the actors, they're getting wealthy too. When you're working a 9 to 5 and you're only bringing in 70, 80K a year, I don't know about where you live, but that's barely enough for a single person to live in where I live. You hit 70, 80K and you a single bachelor, yeah, all right, yeah, you can live comfortable. You can go out and kick it. You can live in a decent apartment. You can have you a decent car. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can be decent. And if that's all you can afford and that's all you can get to, then more power to you. I'm not here to crap on people who can't do better. I'm not even here to crap on people who don't want to do better. But why should people be able to crap on me because I want better? And I'm not willing to do anything and compromise myself in order to get better. That's the thing. And it's just that's how I've started to look at things. My perspective has changed. I've been trying to look at things from a more of a business perspective, looking at things from a logical perspective. And I'll give you an example, right? My job needed a website. I got a nice little bag for the website. But this is a multi-million dollar company, like Deca millionaire company. Like 30, $40 million company. So this company has a website now that's better than the website. People were complaining, people were trashing it, people were trashing the website. The website was a bad look. I saw the vacancy, finessed my way in there, and created a website for them that is now getting them compliments. That's now getting them new viewers. That's now getting people interested in the interested in the brand. But when you think about it, do you really get paid? Whatever that upfront payment is, whatever it is, if that website is up for perpetuity and it's continually building, continually evolving, Are you getting paid what you're actually worth? And that's my problem with 9 to 5 jobs, because you can do a task and you bring value to a company. But unless you work in something like sales with 100% commission, or even just high commission, you know what I mean? Or a commission job in general, shoot. Unless you working like that, you only getting pennies and you're never gonna get wealthy. If I'm gonna get pennies, I want to at least get wealthy with the pennies. You know what I mean? So that's my problem with 9 to 5s, because the average person with the average 9 to 5 is never going to reach wealth. Never. They might be comfortable. They might be better than a lot of people, but they'll never reach wealth. You'll never reach wealth making 70K just working at a job. No, you might come up on some crypto. You know what I mean? You might come up on some stocks. Yeah, but let's just be real. Right now, right now the numbers for, if we looking at a family, a family of 4, you need to be ready to have about 100, 200K. So I've set goals for myself, even financially. Even financially. I don't even consider, like, I'm just, guys, I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. I'm not even gonna consider myself part of any type of money game. I'm not a player on the table until I touch 250. And that's K. You're not even a player, and that's not even big money. I don't even consider myself playing the game of life until I hit 250K. It's the truth, guys. It's the truth. I have high standards for myself, and it's to the point where I get into arguments with people, because people don't understand why I'm so hard on myself, and two, they don't even understand why I'm that hard on other people too. But I'm harder on myself than I am other people. It's the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's just this frustration and this built up frustration, because I don't, like I said, I don't get any satisfaction from doing what I do on a day-to-day basis. You know what I get satisfaction from doing? It used to be playing music. I don't even get satisfaction from that no more. I only look at that as money. I get satisfaction from YouTube, and I get satisfaction from suits and helping people look nice, helping people become better versions of themselves. That's helping spark conversation that actually means something. That's what I get fulfillment from. So I almost quit my job. I'm gonna be honest, because what I realize is that when you work for other people, you're under them. You're under their rule and their leash, so to speak. You. It's easier when you can move and navigate on your own, and then you can work with companies as your own entity. But you know what I mean. But as far as like being under that person, it's a plantation. Now, I'm 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 not saying that people shouldn't work 9 to 5s. You need plantation workers. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. But I don't want to be a plantation worker. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Just like I don't apologize for saying what I say about the culture, because I do believe that the culture is destructive and it values the destructive things. Values destructive things. But I'm wrong for, you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm wrong for calling it out. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, as much as I wanted to quit that job, I really, because I realized, I was tired of people saying stuff to me. I was tired of, people, the critique, not feeling appreciated. You know what I mean? No, the gravity of realizing that everything that I do is gonna be for naught. You know what I mean? You never gonna get the value or the appreciation of the contributions that you making, and it's like doing that. And then you get on YouTube and you see people that are just living the life that you want to live, living the dream. And then YouTube starts pushing out small content creators and your views start going up and you start making money. You start $20 a day, $40 a day, $20 here, $10 here, $20, $40, $40. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden you at the threshold already. Guys, it can easily be tempting. Views never been so high before. Busted my butt. Grinding, knocking them out. Sacrifice. Everything that I do in my life is sacrifice. So it's like when the idea that maybe it's a chance and a way out. Because if I didn't have to work a 9 to 5, I could probably knock out 9 to 10 videos on a good day. And if I'm having a bad day or if something goes wrong, then I could at least get out 3. 3 a day. And some live streams if I really wanted to be cute about it. If I didn't work this job, if this job that's making me miserable, that I don't want to be at, if that job wasn't in the way, man, F this job. That's what I'm thinking. But I know better. And that's the truth. I know better. I know better. And as frustrating as it is and as exhausting as it is, until I'm making enough on YouTube to replace this job and some, I'm not gonna quit. Still gotta work. Still gotta live. But it's hard, man. I'll just be honest. It's hard. So tempting. You see these people, especially you see content creators knocking them out. 6 videos a day, knocking them out. They on top of everything. You gotta wait till you get home to record. You know what I mean? You might not be able to record because you might not have the energy to shuck and jive for the camera. And you see YouTube pushing out small content creators. and you see these people making the money that you want to see a month. It's tempting, man. It's tempting. I'm human, guys. I get so frustrated with not being with not being where I want to be in life, and I just have to remind myself sometimes. Just have to really remind myself to keep focused, because at the end of the day, you can't jeopardize the bag. You can't jeopardize your bag just because of how you're feeling, right? So what realized is just that through doing all these different avenues and making different money different types of ways, I need to start focusing and making money doing the things that I enjoy, so that I can minimize and reduce the things that I don't enjoy. And that's my goal for 2025 and beyond, is to make as much money as I can doing the things I enjoy, like YouTube, and cutting out everything that's in the way, or cutting out everything that just brings unnecessary headache and stress. That's what I realized. I don't want to be a old. I don't. I'm gonna start taking this YouTube stuff way more serious in 2025. And not to say I haven't been taking it serious, because I have, but I definitely could need to get back to where I was when I was hustling, trying to get monetized. And that's the thing, because this is, I mean, like I said, people are making more money than they've ever made, and like I've never made as much on YouTube, and it's not a lot. I'm not saying it's a lot of money. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and soup y'all head up. But we gonna keep moving. We gonna keep moving, and we gonna keep hustling. And that's the main thing that I just want to get across. That yeah, YouTube is 100% pushing small content creators, but I'm not at the point where I feel like I can quit my job or anything like that, as much as I want to, and as tempting as it is. Wish I could just sit up, do YouTube, drink coffee, do YouTube, go to sleep, do YouTube. You know what I mean? Just it's just, I don't know. It's just, do, do y'all feel what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just off. I don't know, but I just wanted to have this conversation with you. So probably gonna start doing these a lot more. But yeah, I do want to say that it is absolutely true that YouTube is pushing small time content creators, and I don't think that you should quit your job in order to do it. But if you ever wanted to start a channel, start making some side money, some hot side hustle money, YouTube, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong, because YouTube is pushing 100%. It is pushing small content creators. So I don't know. We can only give you the game. Can't make you take it. But on that note, I'm JayyRedd Unfiltered. Like and subscribe, share the video, and I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And yeah, I'm signing up.